Hello, Cindy. How you doing?
Hi, where in Jersey are you? Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, where in Jersey are you?
Ocean City.
Oh, okay.
You ever been here?
No. Ocean City, no. No.
Uh,
How's the weather?
it actually wasn't bad today. It was um it like 37, I think. So it was not terrible.
That's pretty good,
Yeah.
especially by the water. That's good.
Where's my screen? I lost you. Where's Zoom? Here's Zoom. There we go. We have Ed now
Oh, good.
joining. We have Will joining. Will gonna have to watch my participants list here because we're gonna have lots of people showing up.
Yeah.
Hi, Will. Hey, Will. Can
I
you?
can,
Yep,
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
we sure can.
Okay, great. Hey, Mary got violently ill this afternoon, so she won't be here, but I'm here.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna make it. I just
But
talked to her, so, but that's okay.
it's okay. We know what you want to do. Um,
Yeah,
so we don't have a quorum yet.
yeah,
So we're not really starting yet.
yeah.
Um, but what happened to Ed? It says joining. Yeah, gallery. No, now we lost Ed. So how's life, Will? What's going on?
Life's great. I'm glad we have some snow. Um, Last week I took some time off, so I was doing a bunch of work on the house, and my boys were visiting, and so we did sledding and acted like we were, I don't
Nice.
know, 20 years younger than we are.
Yeah. There's Bob Dane. Hi, Bob Dane.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Will.
It's good to
Uh,
see you.
Good to see you. Your beard is really impressive.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of year.
When did you start it?
Oh, I always cut it off, in the summertime, and then I just get lazy and let it grow till I get sick and tired of it.
Uh-huh. Cool. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, Ann is here. Hi, Ann. Hi, Ann. How are you?
Well, not Anne, but I borrowed my wife's.
Just teasing you. I will change it on the screen here since we have visitors. I think I can change it. No. Oh,
Hey,
find my password. I don't know how I have to find my password when. Hold on, I just gotta sign into Zoom here. We are recording already, by the way, everyone, so you know. Um, okay, Ed, you're here. How are you, Ed? Hey Siri, call Peter Charo.
Mr. Mason.
Hey, I'm just giving you a reminder, the meeting starts now.
The meeting starts now?
Yeah,
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
that's okay.
Let's just make dinner.
Being
Oh.
recorded.
I'll send you a
Yeah.
link. I'm gonna send him another link. Okay, we can call the meeting to order, having a quorum. So I'd like to call to order the February 4th meeting of the Heath Planning Board. And we have Will Sloan Anderson in attendance from the Franklin Land Trust. We have Ed Whitaker here from formerly of Heath, now living in Charlemont. And we have, let's see.
Oh,
Okay,
Blair.
Claire here from
Hi, Claire.
Heath Solar.
yes.
Um,
Sorry, we're late.
no, it's okay. We just called the meeting to order at 7:03. So
Very
you're
good.
not even late. Um,
Super.
so we have lots of things. So let's jump right in. Let's just do it in the order that we have on the agenda here, which starts with 9 Branch Hill Road. And that is John and Claire doing a solar system for Ned Wolf. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, let me get my,
By the way, Claire, our net meter just turned negative today.
Whoa,
nice,
yeah.
congratulations.
We're psyched.
Very cool.
So it's working really well.
That's great. So the snow came off just fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it sheds snow pretty well. We've got a steep angle in that barn roof. So
Oh, good. Perfect.
it's a great system. We're very happy with it.
Yeah. It'll crank for you.
Oh, it's doing already. Even with the partial sunshine and the gloomy days we've had, it's produced.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Okay.
So did everybody get the proposal from John and Claire for Ned Wolf's
Yes.
um
Yes.
thing? So I'm kind of just on my laptop, so it's hard to share all this stuff. Um, uh, it's, maybe Claire, do you want to just tell us what about it in broad strokes, what we're building? Hi, John.
John's got to do
Hi,
that.
Doug.
Hey,
Hi,
John.
So I was going to tell you guys in broad strokes, but my phone is doing an update right now.
Oh,
Uh, so I'm slowly getting stuff open. We're doing a ground mounted array for him. It's on the north side of his house. It's just past where his septic system is.
yeah.
I can give you size and dimensions and all of that in a minute if you need that stuff.
I see that all the setbacks are fine. I have the map here. If anybody needs a reminder of what the map looks like. My question was just, I didn't see anything about the height, so could you tell us, you remember what the height is?
Yeah, hang on a second if I can get there. Oh, I know. Let me make some changes on my phone.
Okay.
It says 10 feet on the ladder that we have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be right in that range.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That we don't need to know the exact amount, as long as it's under 25 feet, it's fine.
Oh, it is well under
it's
25.
Definitely under.
It's in the 10 or 11 foot range.
All right. And did you have the Conservation Commission sign off on your location?
I know that we put a building permit in. I can check the FERCog site. They
Mhm.
would have been the ones that would have notified the Conservation Commission.
Okay.
Don't we have a member of the planning board that's on the Conservation Commission? No, I guess that's not true.
No. Last
I was
time,
thinking,
we just got a letter from Bill Luttrell.
Right.
And
Right.
and we can approve this pending
Contingent
an
upon-
email from him.
Yep. Okay.
Which is fine. That's like not a lot of effort.
And truthfully, Doug, I think that's what we did last time, is
Yeah.
you approved it contingent upon a letter from Bill.
Yeah.
And then we got the letter and it all went through fine.
Yeah.
And then we got the abutting towns. What about the
But the
abutting
butters.
neighbors? I mean, the abutting neighbors, because we had to get a letter from, I think it was Sue Drexel, saying she knew about it. So is there any neighbors who are around the solar?
This is
I
think
know
it's
there-
1,000 feet from the closest actual neighbor, but
Yeah, it's a long way off.
right.
What does our bylaws say?
it just says we need a list of abutters.
Right. It doesn't say
They don't really get to say you can't do this. But if it's going to be like very close, then we would have to consider that and see if there was a better
Greening and so on.
position to put
Right.
it in.
Right.
But
If
the
you were
abutters
asking
don't
for
get to
variance-
vote on whether the permit is
Okay.
given or not.
So we don't need to follow what's in 6.2 is what you're saying?
We do. That's
Okay.
let me bring up 6.2.
Okay.
Um,
Because remember last time we went through all the wickets.
we went, well, so if you want to go through the list, I went through the list and didn't see anything that was an issue, but I'll bring it up. Hang on, let me get where is it? Zoning bylaws. 6. Does anybody, while I'm finding that, does anybody on the board have questions for Claire or John?
I don't have questions.
Um,
You don't have to leave that on me.
um,
Well, they know
So-
what my,
So 6.2.4, the required, what's required for a site plan review is the names, the boundaries, the map, we have that. The names and addresses of the owner of the land and the people developing it, we have that. Addresses of all owners on record abutting the lots within 300 feet. So we would like to get an abutters list, John.
Okay,
From the
Um,
clerk.
There's nothing here that says the abutters get to vote on this. That's something that we do as a courtesy if it's very close.
So this
Right.
this is not a special permit.
No, it's a site
No,
plan
Site
review.
plan review. So there's no requirements for public hearings or any of that stuff, right?
Yeah,
correct.
We just
Yeah.
make a decision about it as a board,
Right,
that it
with the-
satisfies the criteria.
correct.
All right.
Uh,
I move that we approve this site plan review.
We'll second that.
All right,
Even though we don't have the paperwork yet, so we're approving.
Contingent on
Oh, we need to
Bill
state that.
Latrell's,
We need to state
contingent
that.
on Bill Latrell's letter and
And
other
a list of
paperwork.
abutters.
A list of abutters.
Okay,
Okay,
we can do that.
So Bob, say that from the beginning again, so that
I
Cindy
move
has
that
it.
we accept this site plan review, the review of the site plan, whatever, contingent on a letter from Bill Latrell signing off on it and also having a list of abutters.
Okay, and I would add just one thing, that that it's not in a wetland. Or that it's that Bill, we
Oh,
signing off a Bill
contingent
Latrell.
on it not being in a wetland. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, instead of saying Bill Latrell, you might want to say the Conservation Commission, and Bill Latrell can sign on behalf of the Conservation Commission, because if it's the Conservation Commission, they won't sign off if it's a wetland.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a consultant, so the Conservation Commission.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
But you
Oh.
also had a question regarding the lines or something regarding the plans?
No, just the height. My questions were the height.
The height, okay.
Conservation Commission sign off and the abutters list. Those were my three things that I had.
The
written down.
height, all right, so do we have the height information?
Yes.
It's less than 25 feet.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
well
as
within
lo-
the 25.
As long as it's less than the 25 feet that it says in our bylaws, it's okay.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and all right, so all in favor, say aye.
Will I?
Peter Rye.
Bye-bye.
Doug, aye. So that passes unanimously. And I think the last time I just wrote a letter saying that we passed it. But the official confirmation is when we pass our minutes at our next meeting. Then it's in the record for real. So if you're in a hurry and you want me to write that letter, just let me know. And I'll say that it's
We're not,
pending.
we're not in a hurry. There's a lot of snow on his ground right now.
Okay. All
More
right.
coming.
All right, so let's move on to our second agenda item. Ed, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
We sure can. So Ed would like to discuss a division of his property that is approval not required. And did you all get a copy of that drawing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions about this division of the property?
Was there an application? Because I didn't see an application come through.
So I have-
Yes. Huh?
I have Ed's application and his check and his drawings.
Okay, so
I have.
Mary needs this stuff before you guys can vote on it, because she has to stamp it and approve it.
All right.
We're gonna leave
Yeah, just go. Let's go.
Okay, you
Cheers.
can leave. Thank you. Um, all right,
And we'll have to table it.
I think the last time we did vote on this and contingent on the getting the check. So, didn't we do that?
I mean, if
Oh.
you're the chairman of the board, Doug, if you want to go that way, that's fine. But that's not what the rules are.
Um,
Is there any urgency to this?
A little bit.
Oh,
Okay.
I'd rather go by the rules.
all right. All right, so we can pass this over until our next meeting, which is the
Okay, so
first.
you need to vote, so you need to vote on to pass it over to the next meeting.
Okay, I entertain a motion that we pass over this the 43 Knott Hill Road discussion until our next meeting, which will be the first Wednesday in March.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor, Doug, aye?
Peter, I.
will I?
Bye.
All right, that passes unanimously. Sorry, Ed, but I'll turn all that stuff in on Friday when I get back, and we'll definitely put you on first thing on the next meeting.
Okay, see you in a month.
All right, thank you.
That's
All right,
This is the,
now we have 12 West Branch Road. Will, you want to explain what you guys are going to do?
Sure. So, I apologize. Mary was sick this afternoon, so she's not here. I'm, my understanding is we really just wanted to talk to you about our plans. We have yet to purchase the Griswold property, which is above the Crowning Shield Conservation Area. It's the place that they've built that new barn and had event space for. So I thought we'd give you an update as to sort of where we are with that process and our intentions. So the process is that we're still in the fundraising phase, although we're getting close, and we have a purchase and sale agreement. So there's a good chance we will end up being the owners of that property. Probably by the end of the fiscal year, but it still, hasn't happened yet. We will then be putting a conservation restriction on the property, probably held by Division of Fish and Wildlife, in which there will be we're in the midst of negotiating with them, so we will probably have about a 4-acre envelope around the barn to allow for use such as event space. So one of our questions was basically the Griswolds had permits for events. So I thought I'd just share with you what our initial plans are for the space and whether we need what would that process be to get permitting for such events. So most of what we would use the barn for would be event space that fit our mission. So that would be workshops, presentations, probably the largest event for the coming year, if it actually happens, because we're still in the planning phase. Of course, D2R2 will happen. It's our biggest fundraiser. Whether or not we will use this space at that time for, say, a lunch site is yet to be determined because we're still reviewing our routes. The other thing that might happen would be the renting out of the space for sort of what the Griswolds did, sort of the idea of perhaps having the ability to rent it out for weddings or something like that. So I guess this is just being just sort of having you understand what our thinking is, and then maybe you could give us some very preliminary direction as to what you would require as far as permits. and should we be thinking about how we break out these different events? Are they seen differently by the planning board? It's a workshop in the afternoon to build bluebird boxes different than a 200-person wedding. And would you treat them differently? And maybe you could give us some direction on that.
Well, so first of all, just skip to the easier question, which was the getting a well and all of that. That's just
Right.
FERCog. That's if
Exactly.
it's legal, you do that, and that's not something that we have to worry about here or discuss here.
Okay.
And it seems like most of the things that you would do would happen like earlier in the day. So
Probably.
the restrictions that we put on the permit, I don't have a copy of it. I'm actually on the road, so I don't have a copy of what we said, but it was mostly like times of day, like things had to, I think, be over by 11.
Yep.
It could have even been 10. I can't remember exactly. And also for things that happened for weddings, there had to be notification of the abutters, so that they knew this big event was happening. I don't, can anybody else remember any other restrictions? I think it was just Will and Peter, you were here for this, right?
Yeah,
Where in the bylaws would they be?
It wouldn't, it's not in the bylaws.
in the
It's
bylaws.
a special permit that we gave them to have events there.
Wasn't there something where you could locate tents and auxiliary structures and things like that? It seems I remember there's something in there, but it's been a while.
There was,
I don't-
so
I,
go ahead, Peter.
I was just gonna say, I don't recall that, but
There was,
there's a lot of
there
things
was
I don't
something
recall
about
these two.
where like big tents went. There was something about parking.
And
Yeah.
so what document would that be in?
It would be in the special permit that we gave them or that we approved.
Must be a copy.
So it would be, but the regulations, I'm just talking about the regulations, that would be under our special permits and site plan review, right?
Right.
And so what section? Just looking at the table of contents, I don't see anything applicable here.
Hang on.
But was it something that is in the bylaws, or is it something that we just did specifically for the Griswolds?
I got a
Special permit.
I can't remember why it was a special permit. I think, I can't remember why it was a special permit.
Because nobody else does it?
Would it be in town bylaws or?
No, if it was town bylaws, it wouldn't have been us that did it. Hang on, I gotta get the bylaws back up. I can't do that.
The special permit process sounds sort of onerous for whether they're going to have a wedding there or not.
Well, it was commercial. It was for renting it out.
Right.
And so actually if the land trust had, hang on, give me a second. I've lost my screen here. Oh, well,
Well, any business that it happens in Heath, they have to apply for a DBA with the town clerk. So that would be the first start.
So if we were to do let's say renting out the space, therefore it becomes a commercial enterprise, therefore we would have to be a business doing DBA
Yeah,
in Heath.
yeah.
And that is for nonprofits as well as commercial
Correct.
entities.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I think it would be a big difference if you were renting it out than if you were just,
Yeah.
it's your property and you're
Yep.
doing workshops there. I don't think you need to
Right.
have any kind of, any of this. But I think if you
Yeah,
if
that-
you want to make it an income thing and rent it out,
Mhm.
I think the nature of those things also would be very different than the nature of your workshop or your bicycle lunch or whatever,
Right.
since they go
Right.
into the night and that, it's all
Yeah.
about it's all about the effect that it has on the neighbors and the frequency.
Yes.
So I think
Yep.
we also, now that I think about it, we did limit, maybe the days, didn't we limit the days as well?
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is, but I remember Griswold saying that they were limited to a certain number of days per month or
right.
something like that. And the number of times perhaps over the weekend, you can't have
Right.
like 3 weddings on a weekend. I don't know
Right.
if we do that, then I'll probably no longer be at FLT. Um, so, yeah, that does make sense. That triggers. Okay, but that's really important for us to know that if we were to rent the space, the minute we do some sort of income, even if it's a third party using the space,
Right.
then we become sort of a commercial entity. We have to file as a doing business as in the town of Heath with the clerk, right? Is that what you
Right.
said, Cindy?
Yes.
Yep.
Um,
And then that actually would push us into, having to, at that point, we would apply for a special permit,
right.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's very helpful.
But I do have a question. So the
Yes.
barn and 4 acres would be basically a regular lot, taxable lot.
Yeah, I would imagine. We're still in negotiations with that. I believe even if it was with under the conservation restriction and it was an envelope, not an actual exclusion, because the state does not want us to exclude the property because they're worried that if we excluded it, that in the future it could be divorced off of the CR and become some big mansion, so they don't really want that. So it's going to be an envelope. I would imagine, yes, it would be sizable and probably taxable, but I don't know at this point how we're constructing that. And we will also be limiting the access to the field. We'll probably boulder the field, much like we've now bouldered the former site of the barn to prevent people from just willy-nilly driving into the fields. We will not, that will not be the main entrance to the property. It'll still be where it is, because we just don't want people pulling up to the building or thinking that they can just, wander around the building. We'd rather them, go down to the river and explore the other places where we've done management.
Mhm.
So that's one thought of how we're going to control access to the property. I think that those were, I mean, it's still early days, but I think that was very helpful in not having us understand sort of, as we're planning for how we would use this if we end up with it, how to go about this. And that was very helpful, Cindy, reminding me that if we end up doing some sort of money-making activity, that we should be thinking about doing a DBA and registering with the town. So that was very helpful. Thank you.
I have
I
one
think
more
that-
question. How many acres total is the piece we're talking about?
So this piece is, I don't have it right in front of you, but I think it's 48 acres. The thing that makes it important for us, there are a couple of reasons. One is it continues to add to our frontage on the West Branch, and now it's also the confluence with Burrington Brook And we've been doing a lot of activities down on the West Branch with Trout Unlimited and with DFW and U.S. Fish and Wildlife. Looking at that stream, which is a native brook trout spawning area. So for us, one of the big great things about it is it adds to our profile along two sides of the West Branch and its frontage. The other thing is that because the Crowning Shield conservation area, such as it is, now that we have both sides of the West Branch, and that's about 250, 300 acres, it's very steep, and we don't have any place, even though we do a lot of work in fisheries outreach and talking about fisheries, there's no place to set up for an event to do workshops and things like that. You literally can't really park any cars at the Crowning Shield Conservation Area because it's so steep. And so this allows us a great site to be able to have events like that, whether it's for fisheries or other types of management activities, and showing people that and educating people that. So that's really a real boon for us. So
what's the square footage of the building?
Oh, gee. Wow, Bob, you'd have to ask me that.
course.
I believe it's like 60 by 35 or 40. I mean, it's a fairly sizable building.
Uh-huh. So under the permitted uses,
Yep.
on page 12 of the zoning bylaws, business or professional office building, which I assume that this would be what is classified under. Business or professional office building containing 2,500 square feet or less of enclosed floor space is permitted by right.
Okay.
Therefore, would not need a special permit.
Okay, I'll look at that, and
Yeah,
we'll take out our
take out your
tape measures and slide rules, and we'll figure that out. Okay, well, that's good. I mean, I think we still, we want to be neighborly too,
right. Yeah, no, I understand that.
if all of a sudden we found out, wow, we can have 3 weddings on a weekend, and I don't think we would ever want to do that. So, but that's good to know. That's on page 12 of the bylaws.
Yeah, page 12, business uses.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would say, considering the nature of your business,
Yeah.
the type of things that you're intending to do,
Right, for those.
seems well within, the good neighborly
Yeah.
situation here.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, right. I would still,
I'm not speaking
when
for
we
the
actually
board.
own it, we will come back and we will come with a formulated plan and things, and but we just wanted to, as we're moving close to the finish line, I want to make sure we have an understanding about process.
Yeah.
And I think this has been very helpful. So thank you.
Yeah, I think what you guys are using it for, maybe this is redundant, but it's what you guys are using it for is less intrusive than what they potentially could have done. And it all comes down to, what you're going to do with it mostly at night when how it's going to affect the neighbors. And
Right.
we would want to vote on how that was set up.
Yeah, and I think this is a substantial purchase for us. And I do know that Mary would, it's a big asset, so we wouldn't want to I will say that we want to make sure that going forward that we're thinking about the possibility of, being able to rent out such a beautiful facility for an event. And if that's the case, then it sounds like we have a good understanding about what
Right.
that process would look like. So that's good. But for most of what, you're right, most of what we would be doing as far as our mission, I think it would pass muster for anything. So, okay, very good. All right.
All right. So I guess we don't really have to vote on anything, but
No.
thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
right. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys.
Yeah, thanks, Will.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. All right, Bob, new kiosk in Heath. That's
Okay.
Doug, I have a question. So
Yeah.
section 6, special permit, it really breaks it down on especially what he is talking about regarding, possible having weddings and stuff. There's a whole section here about things that the planning board needs to discuss before approving the special permit. And it's like 6.1, and it talks about like the neighborhood, parking, lighting, what's the site plan, noise. I mean, it breaks it down that the planning board members need to like consider when they're approving this special permit.
right.
If it even needs a special permit, though, that's the first question. Does it need a special permit?
Well, it's a business.
But according to page 12, permitted uses. I mean, that it's definitely up for discussion.
It's a commercial business, correct?
Yeah.
So let me see where I found it on
page 12, business uses. The first item.
I was looking at the section. What was it? Section. Is it 4?
This is section 4, use recognition schedule.
Let's see what I found.
Yeah, it does say more than 2,500 square feet. Let's see if anything else pertains. I mean, certainly when we did the special permit for the Griswolds, we went through all those things. Tonight wasn't tonight was not about giving a special permit. It was telling him that there's a difference between if they own it and they use it for their own events or if they rent it out. And so that's one question. The next question is, and I mean, that was just a statement that we made them understand. But I do see Bob's point here under business uses, business or professional office building containing more than 2,500 square feet is a special permit. For less than 2,500 square feet is allowed by right. It's just a yes.
Okay, if he's going to use it as a wedding, would it include a restaurant?
So then further down it says caterer or other cottage industry. So that's sort of close.
Yeah.
That's by right in that district.
Yeah, and restaurant if they're gonna, yeah.
Caterer, yes.
Yeah, but a caterer would be, I would think that would be food preparation, not actual events.
Right. But it doesn't have anything about.
And then there's business non-industrial uses other than above. I mean,
They did the Griswolds use it. They did sell stuff there, which would come under retail. I don't think the Franklin Land Trust is going to have a retail store there, but the Griswolds sold Christmas trees. It's a different use.
Yeah. So business non-industrial uses other than above special permit. I think it's a gray area that we need to discuss in more detail, but I don't know if tonight's the night to do it. I think it'd be better to wait until, they come back to us with, okay, this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, certainly that's with all the things we have to do right now, that makes sense, but we do, I mean, I guess we do want to, there was some serious concern on the part of the neighbors as to what was going to happen there. So that's why we went through this whole process. And
Historically, you mean with
yeah,
Griswolds?
when we did the Griswolds,
Uh-huh.
there was a lot of pushback from the neighbors about
Uh-huh.
what was going to happen there, and they built the barn, and so
Yeah.
But so I guess it wouldn't. I don't think it would be bad to have some restrictions like things have to end by 11. But if it's by right, then it's by right.
Yeah. Well, I think we're the ones who just determine whether it's by right or not.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's guidelines there, apparently.
yeah, the only the business non-industrial uses other than above makes it a gray area.
Yeah.
So, and I think, basically the land trust is going to want to be as accommodating as possible. So, I think mainly we need to be, excuse me, in discussion with them as this thing progresses,
Right.
so that they're not caught by surprise, and
And we're not.
we're not.
Right. All right. Any more discussion on 12 West Branch Road? Seeing none, I
To be
will.
continued.
It is to be continued. We can move on to the new kiosk in Heath.
Oh, fun.
That's Bob.
Ice cream, beer, what is it going to be?
No, it's not that kind of kiosk.
Oh,
It's an informational kiosk. So the there's been a lot of controversy here about this, because some of the abutters don't like it being in their field of view, and so the select board has agreed to move the kiosk, and they asked me to discuss the moving of the kiosk in the new location with you guys, and also whether there's a special permit necessary for this kiosk. So
this is the little kiosk that's next to the playground there?
so it's sort of in the middle of the playground there.
Yeah.
And so the Park and Rec Commission was sort of caught by surprise, shall we say, that when we're doing the placement of it, Mike Cucchiera and Hilma and Tim Lively were there, and Hilma and Tim said, "Okay, I think it should be here," and Mike's like, "Whatever," and so then we put it in, and this is the money to put it in there and to develop the kiosk came from grant money. So, the town's not paying anything for it. And it's basically a map of the trails and recreational sites in town, and also a brief sort of semi-pictorial history of Heath Center and what's gone on there. So it's informational, and it's tourist oriented, because people will be doing this. The trail thing is a through trail from the Deerfield River out to North Adams and beyond. And so we're trying to put together our segment, which is starts at the Catamount Forest, and then crosses through Heath Center and then down to the Dell and out to Row and parts beyond. And so some of this has been done already. Some of it exists, and we're trying to connect the dots. Um, so so this map will give information about that trail and where trail is, where you should stay off private land, all that business. And also some of the other, like the state forest up in North Heath, that kind of thing. And so there's one up on Flag Hill Road, and there's another one going up on the state forest in North Heath. So anyway, the thing gets put in, and Mike had some trouble with the quality of the signage, so it was blank for a while. And then Jordan Lively lives across the street. He's looking at it and doesn't like seeing that out every window in his house.
You should have left the trees there along the road.
That's
exactly what
not for us to say, Peter. And so anyway, so the select board agreed to move the sign, the kiosk. So now the two questions before us are where to put the kiosk and whether it requires a special permit. So in terms of the special permit, where's this signage? I had it earlier. All right, I got to go back to the table of contents. Yeah.
Is it on the, are we talking about the use table?
No, it's under the sign regulations. Come on now, there. Oh, my computer won't let me do that. All right.
It's 4.6.
4.6. What page is that?
21.
21. Okay, yeah, I was in the wrong area there. So, all right, sign regulations. So, having read this a couple times, what I came down to is on page 23, signs exempt from this section's regulations. A, legal notices, identification, informational, or directional signs created or required by government bodies. So in my mind, that covers this particular kiosk.
Because we're a government body,
Because we're a government body.
right?
Which number was
Or
that?
Parks
4
and
point
Rec.
what?
4.6.7.
4.6, okay. Legal, no, okay. Bearing no advertising, yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. The question is, if they've agreed to move it, where should we put it? Even though we don't have to put it somewhere particular, where do we put it that is less obtrusive?
So my suggestion is that we put it over by the community hall in proximity to the existing community hall information board there. And that way it's totally out of the sight line of the Livelies. There's some trees between their house and that sign. So that'll mitigate that issue. And also, it consolidates the signage into one area.
Yeah.
Like right now, I think that that's a terrible location where it is now, regardless of, people's complaints about it. It's inappropriate. It's right in the middle of this green lawn.
Right.
So to put it over near the other sign, it's still, it just makes more sense to put
Yeah.
them both together.
Yeah. And could you combine them? I can't picture the sign.
No, they're two separate things.
Yeah.
They're and they're both within the dimensional requirements of the sign regulations.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So do we need to vote on where we want to put it? Do we want to make do we need to mock it up?
I don't think we need to go that far. I would say that it would be good for us to vote on our determination that it does not require a special permit.
Okay.
And then the whether our choice of location is a suggestion or a voted decision. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that we take two parts at a time. It's clear that it is exempt based on 4.6.7. So I would entertain a motion that we vote that this sign is exempt according to 4.6.7.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor, Doug, aye?
Will I?
Peter, I.
Okay, so that passes unanimously. And now I think we could just vote that it's our recommendation that we move the sign to the location near the community center sign for the reasons don't matter but in order to appease the livelies and consolidate the information.
So I would take the livelies out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was like confidential information that I shared with you.
Okay.
You're not supposed to talk about people.
Well, now it's public for the record.
So sorry, Jordan and Lydia, but anyway, they're not the only ones that have been.
Right. I remember seeing a sign that somebody put up on it.
Yeah. Did you
So
see
it has been.
Did you see the bag of dog shit that was put on it?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you missed that one, huh?
Hmm.
So unfortunately, this has become a flashpoint of some of the anger that people in general have about town government.
Yeah.
And it's silly. I mean, it's just it's a wasted effort, in my opinion.
Well, there's certainly better causes these days to direct your energy towards.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I think I think that we should recommend that the sign be located in close proximity to the existing community hall sign and require a representative from maybe the planning board and the Park and Rec Commission to be there to determine the exact location of the sign.
Okay.
Well, you fill both of those requirements,
You
Bob.
do.
I guess I do. Well, that's why the select board gave me the charge, I guess. Other than I happen to be there.
Right.
So say that as a
That's what
motion and we'll vote on it.
Okay, I'd like to move that we recommend to the select board a new location for the sign being in close proximity to the existing community hall sign, and that the exact location be determined with representatives from the planning board and the Park and Rec Commission, as well as the select board. So I'm going to get you in there too, Will.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Doug, aye?
Peter, I.
Bye-bye.
Will, you voted? I didn't quite get it.
Yes, will
Okay.
I?
All right. So that passes unanimously.
So I'll write a letter to the select board with that information.
Okay, that would be great. Okay, FY 27 budget discussion. I feel that we have to change our budget from 500 to $1,000 because we just spent $900 advertising a public hearing, and we're going to have at least one in the next year. Does anybody want to discuss that? Do you think the amount's right? What are your feelings?
How much does it cost to publicize a meeting like that?
Well, it depends on the number of words, but the last one that we did was very expensive, was $900.
Is that
Cindy, do you
typical? Is that
do you
typical?
remember what the original one was?
It was like 300.
So does that reflect inflation or does that reflect the number of
No,
words
it's usually
in it?
300. I don't think it went up to, I don't think it was $900. So I think it was between 3 and 5. I could double check.
Oh, the last one?
Yeah. Was it 9?
That's what they said. They said it would cost us
Well,
$900.
that was their guesstimate, but when I paid the bill, it wasn't 9.
Oh, okay.
So,
Um,
but yeah, I agree that we probably should increase it because this is for fiscal year 27, so this will start as of July.
Yeah.
So this extra money will start in July. And I agree
it's-
that we should have more because we're not going to get all these done before, the ATM. So we're going to be doing a lot of public hearings next year. So once you all agree on an amount, Doug, you'll have to go to the finance committee and the select board to request an increase.
Okay.
I'm going in the office tomorrow. I can ask Mia when it'll be a good time for you to go and to the select board meeting to request the increase.
Mhm.
That's what the schedule's like.
Yeah, I think it's easier to give the money back at the end of the year than to keep running
Ask
out
for more.
and having to ask for more. So what do you guys think is an appropriate amount? Should we do 750 or should we do 1,000?
So how many public hearings are you expecting?
Well, it depends on how how much we get done. And plus it's all based on wording too. So if we even do like 5 of these next year, I mean, you still got to put it all in that public hearing notice.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be
And
pretty
that would
large.
be 5 things that we're putting in one public hearing notice?
Yeah, you still got to list everything.
Yeah.
I think we'll only have 2 public hearings. I mean, one this year and one next year. The question is, how big will they be? And you're paying by the word. And
But this money is for next year, Doug. Okay.
right, I understand.
Right. So we only have $500 now
Right.
until July 1.
Right.
So if we have one public hearing, we only have $500.
Right. And if it comes out to be $610, then are we not having the public hearing, or are we?
No, they find money. They
Right.
find money.
So
I would move that we raise it to $1,000.
Second.
mhm.
Well, I was going to
That
suggest that
wasn't a
we do
vote.
it, raise it to a number that is divisible by 300 if that's what we think these things cost.
It's gonna be 1,200 or 900.
Right, exactly.
Well,
And I would go
I
for
think-
definitely
1,200.
I think
350.
1,000. I think 1,000's good. I think that's fair. I think that's a good number.
Does it seem like we have a consensus on 1,000 to the board?
That's fine with me.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion that we request for the FY 27 budget, $1,000.
So, second,
Okay, Peter, I.
Bill, aye.
I gotta say, all in favor, say aye. Doug, aye.
Aye.
Bye-bye.
Peter, I.
Will
All
I-
right. That passes unanimously. And select board guidelines for warrant articles submissions. Is that something that you were going to tell us about, Cindy?
Mia sent an email out. I think you're on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So,
I'm on it.
yes, yep. So the submission is March 13th,
Mm-hmm.
which means that everything has to be ready to go on March 13th.
But not the wording doesn't have to be exactly right, because that can change. It changes at the public hearing.
Right, but no, they want all of that stuff done by March 13th. Will, I know you guys had a lengthy conversation about it.
Mhm.
You can chime in if I'm wrong, but the goal is to have everything done, public hearings, review by council, any drafts, anything that we need to have the select board look at, all done by March 13th.
And why is that the new number?
Because I asked them several questions. I'm like, what date, when do we have to have it reviewed by town council? When do we have to have the public hearing? And I also asked about the regulations that we did, the subdivision regulations, if that need to be reviewed by town council. That does not need to go to a hearing, which Bob was correct. However, any changes we make in the bylaws has to go through a public hearing and an ATM. So like all the corrections that I'm working on.
Mhm.
That's
Yes.
just for zoning bylaws, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they asked town council and they said, yes, any corrections that are made has to have a public hearing and go to ATM. So that's definitely not going to happen this year. So anyway, so they wanted everything done by March 13th. That is their hard deadline.
That makes our job super easy because we can't do anything.
Right. So the only thing that we can push forward is the ADU, because that was pretty much completed.
All right, so does this really puts the kibosh on all of the updates we were gonna do? Except for the accessory dwelling units. How about,
Accessory dwellings we can, and maybe the subdivision regulations, because that doesn't have to go to ATM, that's just a public hearing.
So why are the subdivision regulations in there? We're not changing them yet. We're not doing any changes yet. I mean, I'm not sure.
But we still have to, right, but we still have to do a public hearing for the regulations.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen until after the ATM, probably.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. Yeah,
No,
whatever.
but we don't, yeah, there's been really no discussion about changes to the subdivision
Oh,
regulations.
okay. All
Yeah.
right, good. Then we can just roll it into something else that's ready to go. Okay.
all right.
So I
well,
guess I need to find out though, one thing is the ADUs. Do we have to have another public hearing for the ADUs? Because we had a public hearing for the ADUs last year.
But didn't they change the wording? Didn't town
Yeah,
council change the wording?
town council didn't like our definitions.
Remind me if I'm wrong, but what I remember is town council was gonna come back to us with what the wording had to be for the accessory dwelling units in order to comply with the state regulations.
Right,
So
right,
that is not something that we have to do, but it is something we have to have a public hearing for.
correct. So you're right, because they didn't like our protective, what was it, the protective? I don't know, I can't remember.
I mean, we went back
The
and forth and
protected
we did
dwelling
all the,
unit. Yeah, the protected dwelling units They didn't like our definition of that because it wasn't part of the state's definition of ADUs. But
But,
we were putting it in our definitions.
but town council told us what to do.
I know,
They told us exactly what to do. And then they
Yeah.
didn't like what we did.
right?
That's,
Cha-ching.
Sounds like town council.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. All right, so the way it stands now is that they are gonna give us this this verbiage, and we are gonna have a special permit, and it will be on the ATM this year. So that's one of the things that we have to tell them and give them by the March 13th.
Yeah, and I'll have them review I'll have town council, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll have the town council review our ADU bylaw again, just to make sure it's good. And then we can have a hearing on that if we choose to this
Mhm.
year.
Yeah. Well, I
So
know
we-
that the public hearing does not have to be before March 13th.
I specifically asked that. That was the question I specifically asked to,
Mhm.
and it says it has to be done before March 13th. But you're
And-
correct.
Will,
The-
that
the-
was a
the
select
massive-
board decision?
Yes.
That's what you guys decided on the select board, Will?
I need to go back and look at that.
I mean, that's
Ah.
kind of crazy. That just puts the kibosh on everything we started to work on. But like I said, makes our job a lot easier if that's the case. There's no time to go back and look at it because we have one more meeting before that. I guess that's the good news is we have a meeting before March 13th.
We can we can do a hearing then,
Um,
because we just need what, 20,
uh,
consecutive weeks.
March 4th. We shall march forth on March 4th.
Um,
Um,
so yeah, we'll have time to post it for 2 consecutive weeks if we choose to do the hearing on March 4th.
But we have to vote on the wording and everything for whatever we do.
Yeah, that's true too.
So we
Yep.
can't.
Yeah.
We have to do that on March 4th.
Yeah, then we won't have time. No.
When's the select board meeting is on Tuesday? I'm just gonna go to the select board and tell them that we can't work with this new schedule that was just that's
dumped in our
never the way
laps.
it's been in the past. It's nothing that we've planned for.
Select board's next Tuesday.
Huh?
Well, does
Next
does
Tuesday,
Doug need to
next
be on the agenda to discuss his concerns?
I'm sure I do.
Hmm.
So we can make a plan for March 4th that assumes that the select board is gonna give us a little bit of extra time.
Why can't you just post a meeting earlier? Why can't we have one later this month? If you do it 48 hours in advance or whatever the rule is.
We have to have 2 meetings. Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah, the first thing I need to make sure that town council is agreeing to the language of the ADUs.
What's the date of the ATM?
Hey,
I think, was it May 9th?
yeah,
I think it's the
Second,
Saturday, right?
second
So,
Saturday?
yeah.
yeah, I think it's May 9th.
Well, okay, let's do this. Let's go through our old business list and we have all of these things that we were gonna do bylaws on. It sounds like ADUs is a yes, if we can get the wording voted on before the public hearing, which is March 13th. March 13th is a random number.
No, that's their hard deadline.
Yeah, but it's their random number they picked for a hard deadline. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
And so
Maybe I wonder if she needs to go out.
I don't know how to schedule anything well, we can't schedule anything until Tuesday. We could have a tentative schedule where we, let me see the calendar here. How long do you think we need to hear from town council? Can we meet next week?
I certainly can.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can submit it again.
Okay,
I can give it to Mia tomorrow. I'll give it to Mia tomorrow. I don't know what the turnaround is.
Okay, so I propose that we have a meeting, that I go to the planning board meeting
Select
on
board,
Tuesday.
select board
Uh,
meeting.
Select board, I mean, yes, select board
Well,
meeting.
let me see. Yeah, I'll find out if I can get you on their schedule, on the agenda. And then you can also talk about the increase in the budget too.
Yep. So that's Tuesday, then Wednesday we'll have a meeting.
Okay.
And if we have the specific wording, then we will still have time to post for our
Public hearing.
For our March 11th, we'll have to meet on March 11th.
Okay.
Instead of the first, we'll do the second Wednesday to buy some time.
Okay.
Is that good with you guys?
Yes.
I think so.
So this is Wednesday, the 11th, we're talking?
Yeah, that would be the
March 11th. Yeah.
the next one.
Oh, I'm confused. So
We're gonna meet
you're
we're
going to
gonna-
go to the select board meeting,
on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, we're having another planning board meeting because
the
we need
11th.
to approve the wording for anything we come up with.
So Wednesday, February 11th, next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
no.
No.
Yeah, it is the 11th, February 11th and March. I'm proposing February 11th and March 11th.
Oh, February 11th and March 11th. All
Those
right.
are 2 Wednesdays. Okay,
And so the March 4th meeting?
no
we-
March 4th meeting.
Oh, March 4th. So we're switching that
And
to,
the reason for that is so that March 11th is going to be a public hearing for whatever we come up with on February 11th.
uh-huh.
That also gives us 1 week to look at, well, tonight we're going to look at all these other things and see what we're totally crossing off the list or kicking down the can down the road. Or if we need wording on these other ones, like short-term rentals, we will have that to discuss next week on Wednesday night. And then
Okay,
we will have the public hearing the
7
following.
o'clock, 7 o'clock
Yeah,
next week on the 11th.
yep,
And then no meeting on the 4th of
Correct.
March.
correct.
And then another meeting though on the 11th that's planning board
And public hearing.
and public hearing. Okay, 7 o'clock still.
Yep. So I would entertain a motion that we meet on February 11th and March 11th at 7 o'clock. And that we also have, in addition, we have a public hearing on March 11th for whatever we determine at our February 11th meeting.
Still moved.
Second.
Doug, all in favor, Doug, aye?
Bob,
Peter, I.
Okay, that passes unanimously. So now let's go through the old business part and decide what we're sending down the road and so we've already done accessory dwelling units that we have to hear from town council. Short-term rentals, I think we simply put them in the use table, and I had two ideas about that, which are very simple. Find my notes. One is that we do charge the 6%, which will cover our raise that we just gave ourselves. And the other is that we add something that just says in accordance with state regulations. They have to be in accordance with state regulations, because there are a bunch of state regulations about how they work. So I will write that up for next week's meeting. But I'd like to know what else you think we should add to that, or if you think we should even do that.
I think that sounds fine.
Like to pursue that.
Okay.
Now, do we need to get like the assessors involved or FinCom involved because we're dealing with transactions of money? Like who's gonna,
I don't think we have any time for that. And we can always remember that we don't have any regulations now. So
Right.
if those guys want to change things or do things, they can come to the public hearing. It can change there. And any of those concerns can be addressed there, and then we can still put it forward. But I think the way it is now, we have to just act. We don't have any time to go back and forth on anything. That's just my opinion of, that's the,
So, but if we have to change things, we have to go back to ATM next year then.
yeah. Yep. I mean,
Maybe they'll give us more lead time next year.
well, no, actually the lead time doesn't matter. Knowing that there's a lead time matters, right? Because we have never done all this by March 13th. So we thought we had more time. We don't. So is there anything else that you want me to research and put in other than the 6% and the reference to state regs? And you also have the option we also have the option, if you think of something, if you want to look at them and look at all the different things that other towns have done, we can discuss it at our next week. But I'll try to put the framework together.
Sounds good.
All right.
Great.
That's not a thing we have to vote on, I don't think, right? That's just that we're going to put
That's just
short-term
our
rentals on our
plan.
agenda. Yeah, so short-term rentals are on the agenda still. 5G and wireless bylaws, I think that's off the table
Yep.
for this year. Large battery backup systems, BESS, and data centers, I think should at least be added to the use table as a special permit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think that would be the least we could do.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will do that too.
Because that's, especially the battery things, that's moving really quickly.
I told you I got 3 requests already about it. Same company 3 times, but I keep just putting them off.
Mhm. Well, you're also hearing all about fire dangers and things like that.
Yeah, and I think on that note, I thought that we should put something in about having to not only have a plan, but also have, get the equipment if there's special equipment that we're going to need to get the equipment as part of the special permit. If we have to fight a fire at a battery backup system, that's a
We're gonna
pretty
need hoses.
crazy thing. We got hoses already. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll add something as short as I can that kind of tries to address the equipment and the plan. All right, so that will keep on. Solar bylaw review, that was kind of your ball of wax there, Will.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have anything ready.
Okay.
Certainly by this time.
All right, so we're dropping that. Subdivision regulations, we don't need to have them, we don't need to do them now. We can push that down the road, I think, right, Bob?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I think, the fact that we have them, we have something in place
yeah,
is good. And
Okay.
then we just have to decide how we want to tweak it. And
okay.
so that can be on the back
April.
burner. Yeah. Yeah.
April.
Or May or June.
All right, zoning bylaws cleanup,
Yeah, that's not gonna be ready.
okay.
And
And,
I talked to Hilma about that before she left, and she's I guess they're looking at, because there's some other committee too that wants to clean up their bylaws too. And so they're looking for a grant. So they're actually
Mhm.
looking for a grant that somebody comes in and actually does all the cleanup. I think Doug, you had mentioned that before. So
Yeah.
actually that's in the works. So hopefully
Okay.
something will come out of that.
a thing that I noticed, and maybe it's just my copy, I'm looking at my copy on my computer, but there are no additions. Oh, I keep touching the wrong button and making my screen go away. We're on the second page where it says, we just got to look at this just to double check. Page 2 where it says amended, the last amendment that's listed on there is a 5/9/21. So I don't know if these have to be put in there or not legally, but we're missing.
Yeah, I could change that because I'm gonna have to go in and change all the private ways and
Yeah.
all that, so I can do that.
And one other thing that I noticed is some stuff is not in the table of contents, and the page numbers in a lot of cases are wrong now.
Okay.
I'm not saying we have to do that now. I saw
Yeah.
it, so I was bringing it up. That's all.
Yep. Okay.
That can be the grant. Let's save that for the grantee.
Yeah.
And I guess definitions, consolidations, that's in the same boat.
Yep.
Part of the
Yeah,
same.
I moved it, but yeah, we'll have to have a
Okay.
public hearing on that one too, which is crazy. So,
Is that change done?
yeah, I did that several months ago when we first
So
talked about it.
Do we want to put that on our public hearing? That's
Yeah,
pretty
if you
simple.
want
Nobody's
to, we
gonna,
can. Yeah, you can do that.
all right,
I mean,
so definitions consolidation, we will have a new copy of that for Wednesday that we can vote on and
Okay.
put it to public hearing.
Okay. Do
That's
that.
great. Well, that crosses some stuff off. I feel better about that.
So just to clarify things here on the changes, like going back to that 4.6.7 on the sign regulations,
Mhm.
it says legal notices, big space, identification. That really should be a comma. So is that something that has to go through town meeting, or are
Yeah,
those sort of typos?
Yeah, any changes,
Any
yes.
changes? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Because that was a question I asked the lawyer,
Yeah.
just going in and doing cleanup,
Uh-huh.
and they came back and said yes.
Okay.
So but I think that's when we do this, and it's not going to be this year, it'll be next year, but we
Uh-huh.
can do this the same way we do the budget, where we go through the line items and have questions so
Uh-huh.
that we can vote on all of I'm talking about the cleanup of the bylaws.
Right.
We can just have people question, and then Karen Brooks will only question.
Doug.
I'm sorry.
We're not supposed to talk about people. That's what Bob said.
I know. She knows that I love her, and I'm teasing. All right.
You sure?
So yes, I am. I am, and I keep touching the wrong button here because I'm doing a weird system. Okay, so all right, I like all of that, and now we will review the meetings notes from from January 7th, 2026. Did you guys all receive that?
Yes.
And do you have any questions about it? I'm gonna pull it up. Just let's see. Okay. Oh no, that's this one. Sign regulations. All right. All right, so nobody has any additions for or adjustments to the,
So I see that I volunteered to draft or propose special town meeting, or no, STR, what's that? Short-term rental bylaw based on 6% tax registration.
I can remove that.
Okay,
I think actually I did. You could just change it to me.
I will.
I'm pretty
okay.
sure that was just me.
I didn't think
Instead of
I didn't think I volunteered.
I did. So and I still do, but
Okay, good. Thank you.
but I didn't do it yet. All right, so I would entertain a motion that we approve our minutes from January 7th, 2026.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor, Doug, aye.
will I?
Peter,
Bye-bye.
aye.
That passes unanimously. Is there anything else that anybody would like to bring up? All right, well, that was a lot. And I will see you all next week. Same bat time.
Wait, adjourn.
I'm gonna adjourn. I'm gonna adjourn. Okay, so I would entertain a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
I gotta say what time.
Yeah, say the time.
8:29 p.m.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor, Doug, aye.
Will
Bye-bye.
I?
Peter, aye.
That passes unanimously. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Cindy.
Doug.
I will send you a recording. It's gonna take a little while because it's a long
That's
one.
okay. Take your
All right.
time. All right, thank you. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Good
Bye.
night.